Hello to all of my friends out there in YouTube land. It's your good buddy Philtastic Phil here. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm in my home office today. I haven't really recorded a solo video in a while, nor have I recorded one down here at all, at least that I can think of. And that's for a very specific reason. Today, as I'm recording this, is early April 4th, which would have been the 49th birthday of Chef Carl Ruiz. If you're unfamiliar with Carl, and the impact really he had on this channel, because he was one of the major kind of influences in forming this channel. He was a celebrity chef known for Guy's Grocery Games, and really where I became most familiar with him was on the Opie Radio podcast. He was kind of like the second mic. I want to stress before I start this video, as I have with all of my other Ruizing videos, I didn't know him personally. I wasn't a friend of his or anything like that. I was a big fan. I still have up the Instagram page Ruiz of the Day, although I really don't post on it that often, where it was just kind of fun to share some of the, anything from funny pictures or just some of the little kind of beads of Ruizing wisdom, I guess, that Carl would say on the podcast or Instagram or really wherever you could catch him. And if you haven't seen any of my past videos on Carl, I'm going to go ahead and put a playlist, I guess at the end of this video, for all of my Ruizing videos. You can go back and watch it. So because I didn't know Carl, I always feel a little strange about talking about this stuff and doing these videos, because it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's one thing to be an admirer, and it's another thing to kind of like say, okay, well, we have to not keep the memory going, but I don't know, just keep this idea going. So the last couple of years, I've always said, maybe this is the last Ruizing video I do. To that end, I guess I'll answer that question at the end of this video. But my focus today is going to be sharing 3 pearls of wisdom Chef Ruiz imparted to us. That kind of sounds weird, but gave to us, and really kind of distill how they apply to comics, collecting, I guess you could say. Shouldn't say that, excuse me. Comics, YouTube, and oh yeah, life. So usually people put the best kind of one at the end. I'm going to put it up front. Maybe that's a bad tactic, because people might say, oh, he did the first one, so we're just going to bugger off now. But stick with me. So really, the overall idea of Ruizing is my first point. And this isn't, of course, a direct quote, because I can't do that research. The idea of Ruizing is basically do what you want, live how you want to live, and then you'll truly be free or be happy. And that really was something that I took to heart when I decided, hey, I'm going to give this YouTube thing a go. That's why in many of my videos you see my Ruizing hat here. And why twice a year, at least, I do a different Ruizing video. I have my Ruizing, I forgot what you call them, bracelet on here. So from that, I kind of learned, and this might seem silly to some, but I kind of learned that if it's not something that you want to do, and it's not something that's fun to do, is it worth doing? I think that as far as doing what you like and doing what makes you happy goes, there's kind of a big asterisk into that, because you also have to recognize that what you like and what makes you happy changes. For example, since starting this channel 3 years ago, I've had, well, my wife has had, I'm just kind of here, I guess, 2 kids, 2 years old and 4 months old. And of course, with children and with big life changes, in general, your priorities change, and the idea of what makes you happy change. Before my son was born, getting a big stack of comics, sitting down and reading them was a perfectly fun, enjoyable day for me. Of course, next to spending time with my wife. Put that asterisk here. Hey, honey. Now, I mean, to be honest with you, the most fun I have is just hanging out with my kids. You know, I get 1 hour of lunch a day. I work remotely, so I get to go upstairs and spend at least a little bit of time with my son just playing cars on the ground and everything. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have it any other way. So I guess you could say how this relates to everything else, everything comics and YouTube. As somebody, I don't want to say YouTuber, 'cause I look at myself not as a guy with a YouTube channel, but a guy who occasionally makes videos and shares thoughts, and hopefully maybe one or two people find them interesting. I should say now too, we're on our road to 1K giveaway. Do a hashtag Ruizing in this video and you'll get an entry. I promise I'm going to update that soon. And such is the case with comics, because comic book publishers, as many other companies out there, will exploit what you like to get you to spend more money. For example, I mean, if you like Batman, go ahead. DC publishing, what, 15 different Batman titles now? Do you really need all 15? And as somebody who has collected X-Men heavily throughout the years, I can tell you for the first time, really in a long time, I had to step back at one point and take a look and say, okay, this one's good, this one's good. I don't like this one. I didn't need to collect the whole line. I got what I wanted to, and that's what made me happy. Which actually leads to my next point, this whole idea of satisfaction. This next idea I learned really from Carl and from Ruizing in general. I know towards the end of his life, Carl talked about, hey, you know, I used to have to, you have people who go out to eat and feel like they have to finish the whole meal, the whole plate, even past the point where they're hungry. And at that point, you're just kind of stuffing yourself. And he's like, no, the ultimate wealth is to be satisfied. It's to be able to maybe eat 2/3 of your plate and say, oh, I'm good. I have what I want, or even just to take a taste of some things. And such, like I was just talking about with the various titles that comic book companies, of course, will put out there. Same idea. You know, you don't need to read every single Spider-Man comic that comes out every month. Read just the main ones that you like, and you get what you want. In fact, I'll tell you this. Look, I like Spider-Man, I like Batman, but I like having a house. I like being able to pay our bills and put food on the table. And comics, if you're a fan, have gotten more and more expensive throughout the years. So I've invested in both the DC and the Marvel apps. I just wait. Sometime with DC, I think it's like a month. With Marvel, a couple more months. And yeah, you know what? I didn't pay, what is it, $3.99 or $4.99 for Spider-Man, but I read it online and it's built into it. If you read more than a few comics a month, it paid for itself. The last kind of teaching, I guess you could say, that I learned from Carl and from Ruizing in general, I think, if anything, applies more to YouTube. And this is something that's probably going to be maybe the most direct quote I have from him. He used to say, I wrote it down here, I'm not avoiding eye contact, I'd rather have crumbs with bums than steaks with snakes. The internet is, if you didn't know, sometimes it's not a great place. That's okay. If you're somebody who makes a video, not even a content creator, and you get 10 views, I guarantee at least 2 or 3 of them usually somebody saying this sucks, you know, up and down, whatever. I've made a couple of those videos myself, not the you suck video, just a couple where maybe I touch on a subject that's too politically charged. I did a short not too long ago about X-Men 97, and that some people just didn't appreciate, and that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion. At the end of the day, and I guess you could say this is like a fourth little tidbit that I did learn from Carl Ruiz, you have the ability, when all these negative kind of comments come up or negative people come around, to just put your phone down, go outside. In my case, hang out with my kid, watch TV. Life is too short to get hung up on these things that are inconsequential. Look, there's people who just, technically yesterday at this point, were just losing their crap because there's an article in Variety that they've cast a Silver Surfer and it's going to be a woman. Oh no. And look, these people will sit up and down and bitch about it. At the end of the day, it's a fictional character. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to go see it. Nobody's got a gun to your head or anything like that. And I know people come out with this kind of false sense of ownership. Well, this is my character. This is who it was in my childhood. I was like, well, if you're articulate enough to come on here, to go online and talk about something like this, you're probably old enough to say, okay, well, this is just no longer for me, and that's fine. Let that character find a whole new audience or a whole new generation. That's how you keep these comics alive, as I guess you could say, as an industry. So, I guess to go back with the big question, and I asked at the beginning of this video, is this my last Ruizing video? And I'm going to start by explaining this by saying I apologize if the title of this video is a little bit of clickbaity nature, I guess you could say. Unless, of course, you wouldn't have watched this entire video without that, then sorry, not sorry. It's fine. I don't make money from these. This is just for enjoyment or just to get my own words out of my head. Short answer, long answer, I don't know. You know, the idea of Ruizing is something I'm always going to celebrate. I'm going to wear my hat as much as I can, again, as a reminder not only of Carl, but just to do what you're doing, do what you like, do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, if you're doing something that doesn't make you happy, then what's the freaking point? I guess the best way I could put it is I might not make Ruizing videos as regimented as I have in the past. Again, I've tried to do at least 2 a year, just to kind of, I don't know, keep everything going. It's kind of like a State of the Union type of thing in my head. If I feel a topic or an idea deems discussion, as far as if I can root it into Ruizing, then by all means I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to shoehorn things like some are probably watching and saying, well, what the hell is this? I can tell you, look, there's some Ruizing videos I've wanted to do, I just haven't done yet. I really want to go to the deli in West New York that makes what Carl explained as the best Cuban sandwich, I don't know if he said in the country or the world. Haven't gotten to it yet. You know, it's a little bit of a drive for me. I want to recruit a friend, and, you know, it always kind of creeps up on us. But, I don't know, maybe I'll do something like that. I mean, look, I'll continue to celebrate the spirit of Ruizing. It certainly won't be as regimented. And as far as, like, some artwork goes, yeah, I mean, look, I like to draw pictures of Carl from every now and then, and in the past, if you followed my IG page, for example, you've seen that I've inserted him into things like I did a DC submission. They had some sort of at-home art contest. I can't think of the name of it. A couple years ago, I had Robin eating a burger in a diner, and sure enough, so there's an opportunity to throw Carl in there. You know, look, if I feel like drawing Carl, I'll do it. You know, to be honest with you, in my head, the best Carl pieces I've ever done were the pieces I gave to his mother and to his brother at his memorial celebration, I guess you could say, a few years ago at this point. So that's all I have to say about Ruizing for now. I appreciate you checking this out, whether you're a fan of comics, whether you're a fan of Carl or not. I welcome you again to check out the Ruizing playlist. And you know what? Why don't you leave a comment and tell me, how are you Ruizing? How are you staying happy? What are you doing that makes you happy on a daily basis? Leave a comment or not. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, and I'll leave you like I do at least twice a year. Peace, love, comics, and Ruizing. Good night.